Hey there, everybody. Haven't done a video in a while, and I've just done a bit of a run in the park. Not a full 5k, but that doesn't matter, does it? Did a couch to 5k sort of training run again, even though I did a 5k at the weekend. I just wanted to get out in the park. It's a lovely evening before I pop to the shops and get some food for my dinner. So I thought I'd earn my dinner by doing a bit of a run. But one thing I wanted to share with you was I did a clarity call the other day with somebody and I posted about it, and it's come up a few times in calls and in messages that I've received about people, just not sure whether they've got the confidence to go contracting. So this isn't talking about any particular one person or the person I spoke to the other day. This is a general thing about lots of permies have this idea sometimes that going contracting is it is a big step, don't get me wrong, but they have this idea that contractors sometimes are these gods, they're these wizards of the tech world or project management world or whatever niche you're in. And they just have this idea, they basically put these people on a pedestal. And of course it's not really correct and valid to put people on too much of a pedestal in life, whatever area that is, whether that's your heroes, they're just people like you and me. And as with anything in life, there are good people, bad people, successful people, unsuccessful people. There are great contractors, there are crap contractors about. There are great permies out there and there are crap permies out there. The dead wood that just floats along that you just think, how are they surviving in this company? Maybe it's because they suck up to the bosses. Maybe it's because they just float under the radar. They keep their heads below the parapet and they just mosey along, getting their paycheck. And fair enough, that's totally fine. If you're not doing any harm to anyone else, fair enough, go for the easy life. But when you're a contractor and if you're earning, say, £500 a day, I do believe you've got a responsibility there to deliver what you've been brought in to do, to help the company achieve. And so I think there's less room for people just floating along. If you can get away with it, fair enough. But, I think that's not the way to go. That's not, to me, what a contractor is. A contractor is someone who comes in to do a job and does a job well. And that's the way I like to work in every contract I've ever been in. But that doesn't mean to say that you can't go contracting if you're a permie, right? Don't stop putting contractors up here. There's this whole range, this whole gamut of skill levels and experience levels. And when you start out, maybe you're a contractor at this level, that is totally fine. But when you get your foot in the door at a company, that's when you really start to change your mindset and think about yourself as this marketable commodity, this marketable skill set. And you really want to act like a sponge and just soak up all this experience, as much knowledge, and build those relationships out there in the workplace. Use it as a real way to boost your confidence in creating all these relationships. Because unlike in a perm role where you might, worst case, you might only have a small team that you work with. You might not actually deal with other departments. You can be very insular, can't you, in certain perm roles? When you're a contractor, it's much better if you can talk to everybody, if you can get along with everybody, because you're building all those relationships which will help you in your work day-to-day life anyway. Because if you need something from that guy over there or that guy over there, they're going to help you. If you're that nice person and you help them, they're going to help you. And I find that pays you back in dividends in more ways than one, not just dividends in if you're going through a limited company, but future possible work collaboration. That person might think, that guy Dave was really good at that contract, he helped me out, so I'm going to help him out, and I know he's looking for work now, so I'm going to reach out to him, or something like that. So you give it out, you get it back. That's the way I think of it. But yeah, so my tip is, don't just think that contractors are up there. There are contractors way down here as well. You know, obviously you want to aim to be somewhere in the middle to start with, and then build up and become that great contractor that I'm sure you can be. But don't let that hold you back. Like I say, it took me a few years to finally realize my own worth and get out there as a contractor. You know, I was living with a guy who was contracting, and I was living with him for 2 years, and he kept saying, why don't you go contracting? And I just kept coming up with these excuses, like, I'm not good enough yet. I'm not good enough, I was saying. You know, most people think they're not good enough, but they wouldn't say it out loud. I remember saying to Pete, I'm not good enough yet. I need more experience. I need this, I need that. And that was all complete rubbish. I didn't need any of those things. I wanted to say that I needed those things, because that I felt like I needed that confidence of having X years of experience in a certain company before I made the leap to contracting. So you've got to have that confidence. But what I didn't need was that 4 years more experience in that crappy perm job that I didn't like. Right? That's the difference. It was the mindset. Yeah? Get that right. And sorry, I've just been distracted by someone going the wrong way down a road, like a one-way street. Idiots! But yeah, so don't be distracted yourself from your mission. If your mission is to go contracting, of course, do all the due diligence, make sure there's roles there in your niche, make sure you've got a bit of money maybe saved up, check out your, make sure you understand what your notice period is. Is it 4 weeks or is it 2 months? That might be more difficult. All that sort of stuff. List down all the reasons why you want to go contracting. And I recommend not just put in for the money. Yeah, for me, it's always been, money's a byproduct of it. But for me, it was always like the freedom, time off, holidays, the confidence I knew I was going to get by going around multiple projects, just the interesting nature of contracting, the fact that I'll be going from, I might have a 6-month contract, so say 2 contracts per year, whereas in a perm job, you might just get stuck in a rut in one particular project. So list out all the pros and cons. One of the downsides I said the other day on this clarity call that I had was the time off in between contracts. Now, in the past, that's never been really a big worry of mine, because I've had like 6 weeks off, and I think once I had a couple of months off. But obviously then Brexit, COVID, IR35, I had a big chunk of time off, as some of you will know if you watch my videos. So that is definitely one of the negatives. But you factor that in, you make sure that you invest in yourself, in your training, and make sure that you build up a bit of a war chest. You don't just go and spend the money. You keep some money in the company, or you invest in your savings, money that you can get to fast if you need it. So anyway, I hope that's useful. I just want to make sure people that want to go contracting, by all means, just reach out to me. I've got my introductory video course, of course. I've got a couple of PDFs, things like that. If I can help you, as well as all the CV and LinkedIn advice. And if you want a free clarity call as well, just drop me a message in the comments below. I'll put the link there, and hopefully I can give you that little bit of confidence as well, and answer some of your questions about your fears and concerns. Okay, anyway, I hope that's useful. I'm going to go home, have a fantastic dinner and a large glass of red wine or 2. Okay, all the best. See you. Speak soon. Bye.